Hey, Johnny, what are you doing, man? What's for dinner, man? I made spaghetti, salad, and some bread. My wife's sick, and I still like to eat. We take turns cooking. That's what I tell myself. Ramen, there you go. All right, which flavor, chicken or beef? So I'm not sure what to expect here. I saw something and I 3D printed it, and we're going to see what it does. I have no idea. It's called eccentric wood turning. So I'm going to try really hard not to hurt this. Let's see what it does. I'm not sure. Chicken, yeah, that's the one I get. So let's grab, what do we want to grab? Let's just experiment. We're going to use the carbide tools just to see what it looks like. So this is actually a set of jaws you can 3D print. And it has a cutout here, so it'll hold. This is a 2-inch circle. It's some walnut I just cut on the laser. So we're just gonna see what it does. I have no idea. Okay, so we have done nothing but create a little circle. Okay. Trying to visualize what this looks like. I don't know. There it goes. Okay. I'm kind of digging that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Check that out. So we're going to keep going with that pattern. That probably puts us, we went a little deeper that time. That's kind of neat. Kind of like it. So now let's get the other tool. Should have done this before. Kind of want to round that over, but I think for the first one, we're trying to make a medallion. I think that looks kind of cool. Let's go grab another one and experiment a little more. Or actually, we'll just flip this one around because I kind of like it. Let's sand it real quick. That's all it takes. Let's flip it around. Let's see what we got. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. And we just use this as a spacer. That's all we're doing to keep it from... So we're just going to pop it in there. Well, let's kind of center it. I'm trying to remember how we did this. I think right there. This is my first time trying this chuck out, so we're just going to see what we can do with it, you know? Have some fun with it. Now this time we're going to put some texture on it. Started getting a little wobbly on me. Not sure why. Let's see. That's kind of cool. Let's make sure that's flat. Flattish. All right, let's see. We chewed it up doing it the second time, so let's sand that real quick. All right, let's unloosen it and let's see what it looks like. Ooh, let's see what that looks like here. Let's put some finish on it. Let me drill this hole real quick. Let's drill the hole. Let's see. Let me grab a scrap piece of wood. That keeps the tear out. If you put a piece of wood underneath it, that keeps the tear out from happening. So, let's put some finish on that. Everyone hit that like button for me. I need to get down in those nooks and crannies because that's one of these was really deep. The textured side. All right. What do you think, Johnny? think you could sell these at a craft show for 10 bucks. Now this is a little big. I realize my jig is, you really need, this is a 2-inch circle. You really need something that's a little smaller, I think. I don't know. Some people like it 2 inches. And then the other side's got that cool texture. I think it's kind of neat. Let's grab a piece of cord. Now, when I'm trying to make stuff like this to sell, I use this faux leather cordage. It's cheap, easy to cut. Hey, Ronald, what's happening? We are trying to make some wooden jewelry on the lathe. This is my first attempt. Well, actually, I did something last year where I tried something. This year, we're doing it. I kind of like it. I'll get better at drilling the hole, but that's the design on the front. Hey, Tom. And then on the back, we've got some cool texture, some random texture. This is a piece of walnut. Then you can do, let's add the piece of cordage. I don't know. You can, I didn't make it long enough, I don't think. Not for my big monkey neck. But it gives you the idea. So I kind of dig that. That's not bad. What do you guys think? So that's what that one looks like. Let's try, let's go do another one. This is about a 1/4 inch thick walnut. Let's go make another one. Why not? Having fun, trying something new. That's what it's all about, learning something new. All right, there's a piece of walnut. Throw it in there. Oh, we need our spacer. Yeah, that's what we need. We need a, give me just a second. I'm going to create a 2-inch spacer out of 1/8 inch. You guys want to see that on the laser real quick? Here, let's go over to the laser. Let's grab a piece of scrap. Let's grab some scrap. There's some scrap. Let's go cut out. Let's go to the laser and cut out some, cut this out real quick. You guys get to see the laser tonight. Tom, what are you up to tonight? Like I said, this is one of my very first attempts at doing this turning on the lathe. It's called eccentric wood turning. So here, let's get the dust off there so you can see it a little better. Let's go get the laser going. We're going to cut out some spacers. Here we go. Red light means don't do anything, don't open it. What's up, Tom? We're gonna cut some plywood spacers real quick for some jewelry medallions we're making. Michael, what's up, buddy? Tom, I addressed your envelope, but I haven't mailed those. I plan on doing it, I think, tomorrow. I gotta go buy stamps. Of course, I'm out of stamps. Wes, what's up? Wes, I think you'll appreciate this. Let me show you the medallion I just made on the lathe. Pretty freaking cool, I think, but you know, whatever. We're just cutting out some spacers and I'll show you why I need those. All right. We're gonna let that air out for 30 seconds. It sucks, that 8-inch exhaust sucks all the fumes out. Tom, we just made one about 5 minutes ago. It's got some cool possibilities for, you know, craft shows. So these are spacers. This is 2-inch, 1.5 inch. I think this is 2-inch, 1.75, and 1.5, I think. So we're just gonna take them all. Let's turn the laser off. We don't, I don't think we'll need it. Unless you guys want to do a different wood, we can cut some circles out of different wood. We've got walnut. Whoop, I didn't grab my tripod, sorry. Well, it should be quick. I paid a lot of money for it. So check this out. This is what we just made on the lathe. Piece of walnut, I gotta clean that up. That's walnut. I made a cool pattern on the back and that with some fake faux leather. I think that's a $10 bill all day long. Thanks, Wes. So let's go make one on the lathe. So I cut out some 1/4-inch walnut on the lathe. These are 1/4-inch. Ooh, I forgot. I think this lathe chuck, I 3D printed it today. Let me show you this chuck. So I 3D printed this chuck that it's called eccentric turning. Crap, I think it only supports the 2-inch. I forgot about that. But I think I've got one. See, that's a little small. Let me find, I had one. Let me find it. Where did you go? There it is. Yeah, pretty cool. So it fits in here, right? So you just have a little bit of protrusion. So I created these, I'm gonna try these spacers. They're the same, they're 2-inch. That way we can shape that outside and get rid of some of that, the char from the laser. Because, you know, if I was going to sell these, I would not have the char. That's actually, dang, it still protrudes too much. So this idea will work with my spacer. I'll just have to drum sand that sometime, about half the thickness. So we're just going to put one in here and I'll show you guys what I did. So, tighten it in here. You're not going crazy tight. Ideas, I know, man, pretty fun. And right now we're just going to use, this is a 2-inch medallion, solid walnut. We are just going to, let's see if this looks like. We're just using the carbide point tool. That's what we used last time. Do we want to use something different? I'm good using it again because, you know, this is only my second one. Hey, if there's a different type of wood you guys want to try, let me know. I have a bunch of different wood in the shop. We can go cut some 2-inch medallions on it. I'm thinking a zebra wood might be cool. Right there. Good. That's looking about the same. Very close. That's kind of what I was going for. I was getting some red shavings, so I was peeling off some of the jig. So, yes, Michael. I think we might do a coffee scoop tonight. I haven't done one in months, but I think I'd like to try it again. But I don't think this is the jig I want to use with the coffee scoop, but I have another one that a friend gave me last year. So let's finish this. We'll flip it over. We're going to sand this, and we'll flip it over and add some texture. Just like that. Okay, let's add some texture. My texture tool. Let's get it set up. All right. Yeah, they're just some generic jaws, man. Yeah, send me a message, brother. And you're not trying to get anything perfect and make it look like a Chinese factory. Okay, Johnny says knurling. I'm not sure what knurling is. Saw boss, I haven't heard of that term. Johnny says, could you send the jig 1/8 of an inch so you don't have to use a spacer? Johnny, you know, I could. I didn't design these though. I just found them on the internet and printed them. I didn't design them. So, but yeah, you definitely could. Hey, Handle, we are making jewelry on the lathe. We're going to make a medallion. We just finished it. We're going to take it over, drill a hole, and put some finish on it and show you what it looks like. Oh, okay. Thanks. Let's go drill a hole. Now, let me show you the other one we made. You guys think of another type of wood because I only made 2 of the walnut. So what other types of wood do you guys want to make one out of? Hey, Jewel Sog, are you saying knurling is this? That's what knurling is? Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, it's kind of neat, right? And it's kind of organic looking. It doesn't look like a crazy machine made it, so it all looks the same, you know what I mean? Night Wing Buster wants to see spruce or chestnut. Ooh. Let's go see if I have some chestnut. We'll go to the wood pile in just a second, and we'll make some more of these because this is super fun. I really think if you were doing, I do craft shows. I think these would be a great seller. You add some of that faux leather, and so that becomes a necklace. So you've got that. Sell it for $10. I think it's pretty cool. Brian Jenkins, what's up, man? Hey, Tucker. So Brian says mesquite. I don't have mesquite. We'll go to the wood pile. I'll show you what I've got. Let's use the awl. Try to center that. That'll help guide our drill bit. Okay. And we're drilling into the piece of wood, and that gives us little to no tear out on the back. So that's what it looks like. Let's add some finish. Let me grab my blue paper towels. These white ones are cheap, but man, they suck. Jewel Sog. Peckerwood would be great. Really? Do we have any admins or moderators in the group? I think they're pretty neat. Yeah, if anybody wants one, send me an email, myhoneyshandmade@gmail.com. I'll send you a couple for a fee, of course, but they're for sale. I do 2 for 25 bucks. Thank you. I think they're pretty neat. Especially, the cool thing is, this is scrap wood. I've never made one before. So there's there's a lot of different possibilities. Let's clean this up a little bit. Hey, Nightwing Buster, my email address is myhoneyshandmade@gmail.com. If you go to my YouTube channel, there's a link for it there as well, but myhoneyshandmade@gmail.com. We're just cleaning these little grooves out. I think it's freaking pretty cool, man. Look at that. Walnut. Check it out. And then you got a cool little random texture on the back. And then I buy this, I buy some bulk faux leather so you can use it as a necklace. So let's go. You guys get to pick out the next type of wood. Let's go see what I got in the wood pile first. Hold on. I'll go show you. This is part of the wood pile. See what I've got that's the right thickness. We've got, here's some oak. That's some white oak. You guys want to do some white oak? Ooh, white oak might be kind of pretty. Here's some white oak. Or is that red oak? That looks like red. There's red oak. Looked white there for a minute. See what I have any thin. I got some maple. Yeah, hold on, let me join the chat and I'll type it in there for you. Hold on. I'll bring my tripod over there and you guys kind of see what I've got. Let's see. Maple with a stain. Yeah, maple's pretty generic. So let me type in my email address in the chat. Give me just a second, guys. And then we've also got a nice chunk of zebra wood if you guys want to see a couple in zebra wood. I just have to mill it up real quick, but that just takes a couple minutes. Hey, Bice, how's it going? Hey, Bice, how's it going? Yeah, there's my email address. Yeah, I can make them out of red oak or zebra wood, whichever you prefer. So, who wants to see zebra wood? Okay, Michael says zebra wood or purple heart. Ooh. Let me turn the sound off on this thing. Let's go see if I've got any purple heart. Let me see. I've got zebra wood. Let me see if I've got any purple heart. I thought I had it turned off. Let's go see if I've got any purple heart. Let me see. There we go. Okay. Can you make 2 zebra wood or red oak? All right, so the vote so far is zebra wood, red oak, or purple heart. Ooh, I might actually have a purple heart. There's a purple heart. I've got, let's see if that's wide enough, because it needs to be right around 2 inches. Here's a bowl we made earlier today. Let's see if that's 2 inches. Yep. Okay, so yeah, it's 2 1/4, so we can cut that. Good deal. Or Paduke. So this is, let's see how thick that is. That looks to be, that's pretty thick. Yeah, that's a little over 1/4 inch. We should be able to cut that on the laser. I don't know if I've cut a lot of 1/4 inch of that. That's pretty thick though, so that's Paduke. Let's see if we have anything else. So there's Purple Heart. Let's see if I've got any Paduke. I don't think I do. What is this? That looks like some exotic stuff. I'm not sure what that is. Here's some spalted. I wouldn't do anything with this. This is some of my spalted wood from a tree I harvested 8 years ago, or a chunk my buddy gave me. I wouldn't do anything with that. Like, that's a zebra wood. Here is some, I think that's ebony. No, maybe that might be ebony, but I don't know about that one. All right, let's go do, let's see what we have over here. Trying to find the right thickness so I don't have to mill it up, you know what I mean? Saves just a few minutes. Ooh, there's some yellow heart. Forgot I had some of that. See what we got down here. Just kind of digging around, seeing which, this is where I put some, there's some cedar. Anybody want to see cedar? Cedar might be cool. Let's do cedar, some of this oak, which looks like red oak. And I think we'll call it good on that one. How about that? Let's make a few of those. So let's go through them in the laser. Should just take about a minute each. Cedar with a light burn. Yeah, cedar's nice. All right, thanks, Michael. So here's the red oak. Let's put it on my square. Keep it in place. We're checking our focal distance, which is the height of the laser above the work surface. We're at 6 mil. That's where we want to be. Let's say right there. 2 inches. I think we get about 6 out of that piece. Let me raise this up so you guys can see it. Okay. And that way you get the dust out of there so you can see it a little better. So let's do it. Red oak, and then we'll do cedar, and then we'll go to the lathe. All right, here we go. red oak first. Then we'll throw in the cedar. And this is like 1/4 inch, maybe 5/16 inch thick. It's a beast. Now, if I was going to make these without the laser, you can get like a 2-inch bit and cut a long section and then add that to your lathe and then just turn each individual section. Well, Michael, this thing is 130 watt. All right, let's see if that cut all the way through. We might have to do a second pass, but that's why I like to index my wood along that square so that if it needs cut again, that's going to be close. I mean, oak is pretty hard. Let's see if we cut all the way through. I don't know. No, and it did not cut all the way through. So we're going to up the power a little bit. I had it set a little low. I also have a different laser head. Maybe I should have used it. It's for cutting anything thicker than 1/4. So we just slowed it down a little bit and we added about 25% more power. Yeah, it's cutting through. I can see the smoke on the other side. That's a good indicator. And you know, if you've got a laser, what you can do, if it doesn't cut all the way through, you can take it over to the planer and flip it over and plane it or drum sand it. Or you could even run it through the table saw if you had to, till it exposed your cut wood, if that makes sense. Now the cedar should be no problem. The cedar is a much softer wood and you don't have to use as much power on it. Ooh, what'd you get, Michael? I like new tools. For some reason, I thought you had a jointer planer combo. I thought in one of the discussions you were talking about that. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, I've watched Chase's video and Jamie's. I called there, or I emailed them a couple of weeks ago, and they said they'd already sent out all of theirs. But they did send me the Festool router bits to make my own Festool domino tenons. So I put out that video last week. All right, let's see if we did any better this time. Man, that still did not cut through. I'm gonna check my measurement again. So we're gonna go ahead and cut the cedar out. But we're going to go ahead and plane this on the other side. See, you can see it almost cut through. Well, that's cutting. Let's go through this on the, let's run this through the drum sander. It's a little safer because we're almost there. Let me turn on some dust collection. We'll get it going. What's up, Dave? All right, I think the walnut are my favorite. Here's what the oak looks like. That's red oak. That might be white oak, but let's put some finish on it. So there's the 2 walnut we made. Those are still my favorite. Holy crap, Michael. That's crazy, man. And the cedar didn't turn out well, so I've got to clean my laser. It's not cutting real well right now. I got to do some maintenance on it. This time, let's try a new tool. We've been trying the carbide. Let's try a different carbide. Like, let's try the round bit and see what it does. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Well, a little tear out. It's kind of cool looking though. Very organic. Hey, Brian, how you doing? All right, let's see what this oak looks like with some finish on it. These are the two walnut medallions we made. Kind of cool. Random texture on the back end. Kind of looks like a fingerprint. So far, the walnut's definitely my favorite. It shows better. The oak, pretty good. But you know, some people do like the light colored wood. So let's see what this, let's drill the hole real quick. Make sure which side I like. That's fine. Okay. Same thing, I like this one. Okay. Make sure we didn't get some crazy tear out we have to sand out. I'm all right. DDT Wolf. Ooh, man. Well, this jig I did not design. It's a free download to try, I believe. But I did not design this one. If you have a 3D printer, so this is definitely red oak, but if you have a 3D printer, I can send you the link where I got the file to a free public site. DDT, send me an email, myhoneyshandmade@gmail.com. If there's enough interest, I might design my own version. So that's kind of, you know, if you sell stuff at craft shows, I really think something like this would be very profitable because this is all scrap wood for me. There you have it. There's some red oak. Yeah, send me an email. I put it up in the comments. It's myhoneyshandmade@gmail.com. You know, the red oak's looking pretty cool too, though. And, you know, that finish will dry in there. But so far, the winner for me is the walnut. I mean, I do like the walnut. Which one do you guys like, walnut or red oak? I had cedar, but I've got to clean the laser. It didn't cut it out all the way. Heck, if you guys want to hang out, let me clean the laser real quick so we can get that cedar cut. Give me a sec. It's one thing on these lasers, you have to keep the optics clean, like the laser lens, and then you have different mirrors you got to clean. So let me clean the mirrors real quick, see if that is able to cut again. That's probably what it was. Make sure my chiller turned on. It did. Hopefully this is what it is and my mirror's dirty. It's not that dirty. Well. Okay. You know what? I don't know if I had the air in there. Duh, that could do it. I don't know if I did or not. That may have been the problem as well. Let's make sure. 6. Alright, let's try it again. Yeah, I bet that was it. I don't think I had my air. Hey, thanks, Tom. Hey, DDT, you got a lathe. Nice. What kind did you get? And Tom, I saw your comment earlier about getting stood up on Marketplace. That's where I bought my first lathe, and it was an old Craftsman. I had to use a wrench to adjust it every single time, but that's how I got started wood turning like 7 or 8 years ago. Man, I really hope that cut all the way through because I just cleaned it. Hopefully that was it. We'll see. Let's see if that did the trick. Whoops. No. That did the trick. So let's go see what this cedar looks like. All right, let's go. I bet the cedar's gonna look pretty good. You know, it really pops with the grain. Let me go get my face shield. And I'm not putting a crazy amount of pressure on this. Like that laser, I didn't get a perfect cut because I moved the piece of wood. But nice, Tom. Okay, let's see what this cedar is all about. I did not realize the shoops were live earlier. Sorry, guys. I gotta go live when I can, you know. So we're going to try and bring this up just a little. Oh, something broke. All right. Ooh, that's looking pretty cool, man. I'm excited to see what this looks like with some finish on it. Then let's just put some texture on it. So that's a pretty cool, easy process, right? Oop, that extra piece from the laser engraving kind of came off. That's fine. That's what you want. All right. Now let's put some texture on it. Let's get the texturizer. Well, that's why it was low. We had the texture tool. There we go. That's good for me. Let's sand it real quick. We didn't put much on there. Hey, Suzanne, how you doing? Hey, come check out my medallion. Let's go see what it looks like. All right, Suzanne, here's the medallions. Little necklaces. This is walnut. We got red oak. And here's cedar. Let's put some finish. I just wanted to see what this looks like, and then I'm going to have to go get a shower. So I wanted to do a few for y'all. I just finished 3D printing this today, so I wanted to try it out because, like, man, that's pretty cool looking. I think this can be fun. And it is. Getting all those nooks and crannies. Ooh, I need a toothbrush to get all in there. And let's put some more in there. Don't be stingy. Spread the love. All right, I'm digging it. Man, it smells so good. Come on, dude, get in there. Yeah, it's all right. Got a random pattern there. Kind of dig it. All right. That's all she wrote, y'all. Ooh, you finished your bowl. Cool. Well, I think at a craft show, that's a $10 bill all day long. Add some of this faux leather cord. $10, bam. I think we're going to experiment with other shapes. What do you guys think? Suzanne, I'll check out your bowl. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I just wanted to show you how we made, I wanted to try that new 3D printed jig out. So I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty neat and very quick. So if you had all those little medallions already cut out, hey, see ya, Michael. If you had all those medallions cut out, you can see I'm making this thing in like 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes, something like that. So you could really crank some of these out in an hour. Man, you could crank out a lot. So, all right. So hope you guys have a good, ooh, Tom says a square one or even a diamond. Yeah, totally. Tom, you could, you know, with the laser, I can make any shape I want, but earlier today we finished these. These are the birdhouses we finished today. And here's the other one. Those were fun. We started yesterday and finished today, so good times. So hope you guys have a good one. I will be live tomorrow. Here's that 3D printed jig I showed you. Honestly, it feels like it needs to be tightened, like maybe a rubber washer. It's not quite as tight as I would like, but it's fine for what we're doing. So, hey, Tucker, have a good one. So, catch y'all on the next one. Probably live tomorrow, probably 1 o'clock Central. I don't know. So, send me an email if you want me to do something in particular. Otherwise, I'll just come up with something on my own.